a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day in this neighborhood. Smallville'll be fine. Yes, it'll be fine. We're back. Episode 12 spoiler review, excuse me. Words. BG4 and
What's
E-Man
going
are
on, y'all?
here.
E-Man is back. BG4 is back, bro. Good
Feels
to be
good.
back.
It was a second hiatus, but it's not that bad. It's
No,
all
it's not.
good. It was a couple of weeks. We back. We got some things to get off our chest.
Yes, we do.
Especially me. And you know what? I'm just going to go on ahead and start with it. This Arrowverse stuff is actually bothering me. I don't like it. I like the tie-in, but I do not like what they're doing as far as saying this is Arrow's verse. Arrow's verse. That feels hurtful and disrespectful to me, to Superman. Shoot, maybe even Lois, but definitely Superman. And I don't think they should be taking this show, Superman, Metropolis, and Smallville, and supplanting it under Arrowverse. I respect Arrow and I respect what he has done. I love that he, as a hero, which I don't necessarily consider, someone could correct me, as one of the major heroes of DC. I know we have the Trinity. I don't know who you would actually put yourself as far as below that next, but I don't put him right there. So to say that Superman's world is here inside of Arrowverse, CW, you got me, on this one. E?
I agree. You know what? Arrowverse and Superman and Lois should be a standalone on its own. It's a better quality show. It's a better not per se better cast, but the casting is different. The vibe is different. I enjoy everything about it. Don't get me wrong, you guys. I am an Arrow fan, but Arrow episode 1, episode 2 was always fire. They start
the
changing
Arrow
things.
fan on this league here, definitely.
And you know I represent Arrow. You know that's my name. You know what I'm saying? My alias, my secret identity.
It ain't no secret.
So basically, you know, I wanted it to be on this own. I wanted Superman to do something better, you know. But it looks like that we tying in now. Is this when they kind of combine this thing? It kind of just basically tells me now where the Superman that we're supposed to have now, compared to Superman we had with Superman with Supergirl, it's supposed to be different. You know, the Earth has changed. You know, Crisis changed the new Earth. The way he is, his personality, his power setting, all that is different. But now this is telling me this is the same Superman.
Okay,
it's
let me just get some clarifying questions from this, because it's not like I've seen all of these CW shows, all of their tie-ins, the Crisis on Infinite. I'm not super fresh on that.
Right.
So I'm really going off of just my historic view and what I've known from comics and even some of the animated series stuff. And based off of also some of the things that I have been told from Crisis on Infinite Earths. They came into the Arrowverse, correct?
Yes.
Okay. But they were all in different Earths. They were
Yes.
on different Earths. So this Superman and Lois that we're seeing in this show came from a different Earth,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But now, after that incident, that crisis was over, they didn't go back, but they essentially stayed here
On the same Earth.
on
a new Earth. On a new Earth.
It's a new Earth, so it's not even necessarily it's not Arrow's Earth. It's a totally new Earth.
It's a whole new everybody. Flash, Supergirl, Superman, Batwoman, all of them are on the same Earth now. Before they were on two different platforms, two different Earths. Now they're on the same Earth.
I mean, I'm fine with that, but it's just calling it Arrowverse, or it's almost like this thing. This is Arrow's Earth.
Yeah, because Arrow is the one who start. I guess you want to call it. They call it the Arrow. It was called the Arrowverse.
Yeah, I know.
And the reason I'm guessing that is Arrow started this whole platform. Arrow started the whole platform. You know what I mean? We had Smallville. Smallville, you know, did his thing, but he didn't really start this platform for the CW. It was two different things. It was WB. The CW is straight Arrow. Arrow was the first one who took over it, made it happen, made things happen, and made for these other heroes to come. In Crisis of Infinite Earth, Arrow became the Spectre, and he basically or whatever created this new Earth. So I'm guessing this is what they're still trying to do. I wish they would have get away from the Arrowverse myself, because it's, you know, he's gone. He's not coming back.
And that's also what Diggle did state in this show, correct? He said he was essentially
Yeah,
dead.
yeah.
All right, I'm just making sure because I couldn't remember his name. I remember the alias Arrow and everything of the sort. Got you there. That's a tough pill for me to swallow. I'm going to swallow it. I'm going to swallow it because it stabs at me, but it doesn't make this show nor this episode bad.
No, it
okay?
doesn't. No.
That it does not do. It's a concern.
I mean,
it's a feeling. It just doesn't feel good saying that.
I mean, it still shows me that the Superman that we have right now, even though like Diggle and he said, I basically I fought wars with him.
Yeah.
I did battle with him and everything like that. It still tells me that from Supergirl, he's not that same Superman. So basically, he elevated, he grew better than what he was because that Superman and Supergirl was trash. You know what I'm saying? This Superman that we have, a Superman Lois, is better. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to see your freaking Arrow for a while. I don't want to see it on live streams. I don't want to see you parading around. Don't you do it?
Hey man, I haven't put out the suit in a while. You know
don't
what I'm saying?
know.
But
I don't even want to see. I'm not even against the color green. I don't even want to see that color.
Oh man, it's coming.
No, I need these colors.
It's coming.
Man. Okay. Now that that's over with, what do you think about the rest of the episode, my friend?
The episode or whatever, it was good. I mean, it was some things that that I really didn't like. The number one thing I didn't like was Superman being possessed by General Zod. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay. I didn't like that factor. I would have, it was good to get the fact of montage that General Zod is like, okay, so Zod is the one that's making that was the war. Zod is the one who took over the other Superman in the other world who was destroying Metropolis. So that's like, okay, but I did not like that.
They didn't say it was Zod who took over. It could have been an initial Superman. They didn't really clarify on that.
Well, he said he was taking over. He said he was taking over from the other one was taking over. So I'm guessing this is what happened. He said this is what happened in my world. So that means that the Superman who had on the black, he was taken over. He was taken over by Zod.
All right.
But you know what? I hearing the name like General Zod is like really big. Like, oh damn, it's about to get real. But to hear him taking over Jor-El's son, I didn't like that fact. I thought that was stupid and dumb. I didn't like the fact that General Zod had to take over another Kryptonian to do this. Not just that. Why is General Zod even mentioned in this? Like I said, it was dope to hear it.
Keep going.
But it was like, why is he even mentioned? And and this has nothing to do with the number one person. The person that's the antagonist is supposed to be Morgan Edge. Why is General Zod even named in this? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Zod, and Superman know who Zod is.
Yes.
So why is General Zod is the main one that's taking over the Kryptonians and making Kryptonians? Even Laura said Kryptonians are not bad people. We are all good people. Now we have some Kryptonians make bad decisions, but not that. Now General Zod army, they followed him, but why would they follow Morgan Edge? It would just basically it would have made more sense if they would have said Morgan Edge is really General Zod. That would have been even fire. That would have been more enjoyable than the whole time instead of him saying brother, because him and freaking Jor-El was more like brothers and everything like that.
We definitely wasn't gonna be able to get that. I'm with you though as far as Zod being introduced. Now, there's been moments in the show where you go like, "Whoa, my mind is blown," and things like that. Okay, we thought John Henry Irons was Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he kind of
and
still
that Lex Luthor
moment,
in the other world was in a relationship, married, had kids, and everything with Lois Lane. Big blown kind of crazy moment right there. Then his actual reveal that he is John Henry Irons. Big reveal right there.
Yeah, that was shocking.
Superman and himself just at the beginning of the episode and him being heroic and Superman. Explosion right there. The reveal that his sons actually do have powers and what they're going with them and their issues, those not as big, but definitely, a reveal that makes you go, oh wow, dang, or these are the things that are going on. And we hadn't even got back to it technically, but I mean, I guess you could say that portion is over.
Yeah.
The ex-kryptonite.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What in the world is
going
on? What is it? Okay, all right. Now
that has Kryptonians in them.
Boom.
What the hell?
Yeah, that's not that it has Kryptonians in them, but
essence,
I guess it's
the
essence or
in
it helps
them,
the power, or whatever.
It's weird.
But this was a reveal that made me go more like, what? Why do we need Not that I don't like Zod. He was great in what he was given to us by Zack Snyder in Man of Steel. That was amazing. That was epic. And then he followed it up with Batman versus Superman. He just kind of spat and shat all over Zod and called him Doomsday. And that was just, And now we have to get him again here, and it's really more or less going this way. I feel now this is a disrespect to Zod, because Zod don't need to be in anybody else's body to handle his business.
Facts.
Especially Superman's.
Yeah, facts.
They don't. It's tough. This was an episode that was tough to watch in regards to what they're doing as far as the narrative goes, from what the villains are doing. Adding on top of it that now Morgan Edge is just a kid in a grown man's body following his digital daddy around.
Yeah.
Not really making any decisions for himself, even though he is just following orders. It's not. This episode was tough for me.
I kind of feel like Morgan Edge too was kind of taken over as a child, because when he was
Well,
a
yeah,
kid,
that's
because the
I
same
agree.
energy that was hit by Superman was the same energy that Morgan Edge hit. He
Yeah.
said that you will submit. He was like, I did too. It was hard for me to do it, and I felt like it was pain, but eventually once I got rid of that, everything was fine. So I felt like Morgan Edge, when his father said, it's time to take that weakness away from you.
Yeah.
I think Morgan Edge, somebody is taking over. Somebody took over him. Somebody, he submitted. He was a kid. Even though we know that he did bad things to human beings, but they were doing things to him. He didn't even know what was going on. They shot at him. They, you know what I'm saying? He was basically trying to protect himself. Now, granted, he did use his powers to kill those people, but they were trying to kill him. And I feel like when the father hit that energy, he was taking over. So another Kryptonian had him.
Yeah.
And Morgan Edge, the real Morgan Edge, that's supposed to be Laura's son, is still deep inside, or he's gone. Because remember, they said that once the entity takes over you and you give up the fight,
he's gone. So
you're
the kid that was there who gave in is gone. That's what it feels like.
This is a whole new person.
This ain't even the kid, or this is somebody who's called Talro.
Yeah.
Who has now taken over that kid's body based off of what's happening. But then again, it's like, well, he did arrive there on Earth with the crystal and everything, so it has to be him.
He know a lot about Laura.
We can chop that up, but it's definitely tough in that regard. But this storyline right here became really muddy all of a sudden.
Yeah, definitely. My number one issue, with this was Jordan. BG4 was right on this, and I say this because he always said that Jonathan is more of going to teach Jordan more of his abilities than Superman will, than Clark would, and BG4 was right. We get him doing, freaking. I literally finna say he was doing the Piccolo, the special. He was about to do the special beam cannon, bro. He was literally trying to be a Jedi on this moment too, right here. Because it's like, why are you using your mind? He's literally.
This is more of Goku doing instant transmission than that. But you're close.
It was weird to on that moment, Bo. But it was. I like this moment because Jonathan really was a big brother. He showed that he was the one that's guiding him to teach him. He wasn't breaking down. He wasn't sad. No. He wasn't hurt. He was telling him, you could do it. He's like, oh, I can't. Jordan is still like a little kid. He's a baby.
Of
you know
course.
what I'm saying? And they're supposed to be around the same age.
Well, they are. They don't have to develop the same, but I got you.
Jordan is more Jonathan is more mature than Jordan, and he literally teaches his brother.
I'm not even gonna say this is more mature. I hear where you're going, but it still feels like more of a confidence thing in this situation.
He was more he was guiding him.
Jordan he was guiding him because he believed in him, but he didn't believe in himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know I can't even control this. How am I going to hear over there? How am I going to pinpoint him and things like that? So he's, dude, just try.
Yeah. I like the fact that he was really helping him push. You know what I'm saying? Push through it. He we've been doing this for an hour. We've been doing this for an hour now. Where do we hear? I don't know. It's probably somewhere in Beijing or China or somewhere or Russia. I don't know. He just maybe we need to scan him. I can't. And it was just like he was really somewhat trying his best. But Jonathan saw that he wasn't trying hard enough. He was trying, but not hard enough. And once he did, results happened. You know what I mean? Results finally happened. And I like this moment between the brothers. I'm saying it right now, I don't like Jordan. He is a whiner baby.
Got you.
But Jonathan helping him push through, helping him elevate himself, made him this episode a little bit made him better.
And you have been consistent on that standpoint for 12 episodes.
I don't like.
So it's
I'm,
all
not,
good.
I'm not gonna never like
You ain't
Jody.
been wishy-washy on that. I understand. Now, since we've discussed some of what was going on with that family, they are I'm just going to go ahead and use it because it's a CW term now. It's a family in crisis. They went on ahead and figured out their way as far as how they're going to get their dad, a.k.a. Superman, back and everything. We're going to touch on a few more things in that. But let's go over to the other family dynamic in regards to
So we've been going
the Cushings.
the worst family that was a part of the this show right now. They've been going through alcohol abuse, anger issues, insecurities, all type of stuff that's going on right now. And now, we get this family who is starting to finally come together, which I like. I like that fact. Now, we get the fact that Smallville is very upset now. Everybody's blaming the Kushners.
Yeah.
Everybody's upset with them.
And
Even
understandably so.
everybody at once upon a time, it's always something when something else happens.
Not long ago.
When they was cheering, and now when things hit the fan, everybody want to blame the next person. They was all on his side when he was getting Morgan Edge. They was all on his side.
Yeah.
Let's get these jobs. They was all on his side like this. And now since they found out Morgan Edge was an alien and trying to take over the world and destroy the world and do all this, everybody's against them. I think that's whack as hell because everybody in Smallville should be held accountable for what they did. Lois was telling everybody that you should not trust Morgan Edge. Everybody told Lois Lane, you're wrong. Nobody wanted to believe her. I feel everybody in Smallville should be held accountable for what they did.
Why, though?
Because Lois told them, and they thought she was a fool. They thought she was lying. Oh, you're this and another. Even the Kushners.
She's an outsider. Why would they believe an outsider?
Lois Lane. And she had,
What does Lois Lane hold over Smallville? Nothing. She's from Metropolis.
She is from Metropolis.
The only thing that she's got is she's married to a guy whose mom is beloved by Smallville.
But also too,
why would they trust her?
Who she reports and knows Superman, and she's explaining to them things are happening here, and no one wanted to believe her. Everybody was like they treated her like an outsider. They did do her. They did do her wrong. The Kushners was wrong too for what. Well, one Kushner was wrong for what they did, not Lana, but.
He's not wrong. He just didn't know what was actually going to happen.
He had a lot of hate. He thought you think you know it all, and because you're from the big city, you're trying to stop us from having jobs.
Yeah, that's typically how it is.
Yeah.
That is a very general way of how things absolutely go. If we from the city went out to some sort of rural area and tried to do something that was obviously going to benefit us, but absolutely benefit them, there's still going to be some people there who are going to be extremely hesitant. Or there's going to be somebody who is in that town or community that everybody has more regard for than whoever is trying to come in, no matter how much money that they say they're going to give and input to the town, jobs and all that stuff.
They didn't question Morgan Edge, though. As soon as they heard the name Morgan Edge,
of course not, because there were jobs and money coming in.
Right.
They didn't look more. And there's nothing that they had to not believe as far as Morgan Edge went.
Right. Even Lois said.
So that's not the bad thing. It is definitely tough as far as
nobody looked
now
into
the whole
him.
town is going to turn on you guys.
Yeah.
They're going to turn on the Cushings and act like this is all your fault. I looked at Emily in this situation.
Yeah, I like this part.
And I looked at Emily, and first off in the credits, I was like, oh, the whole family has a name. I learned. But anyway, Emily here begged her for a job.
Sure did.
She begged for the opportunity, and
Lois told her, "I don't think this is a good fit for you."
Lana.
Yeah, Lana, my bad.
Lana was not even sure about giving her the opportunity in the first place. She was still trying to figure it out exactly what Morgan Edge wanted, and then all of a sudden she's a part of the system, and that's it. And she wants to blame her, especially when she was like, oh, you don't know what's going on? Oh, I'm sorry. They told us not to tell anybody. I thought you knew. So how do you blame her for things she didn't even know? Her only job was to actually find candidates, and you weren't even necessarily a true candidate, but you became one.
On her own. Yeah.
Now you were doing things against your will, and you blame her for it. You just went on ahead with that whole group herd theory where, you know what, we're just going to blame the Cushings, and that's it. Gonna go to their house. We're gonna tear down everything.
Get out of
It was just
Smallville.
Not the best thing ever.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was tough. It fits, but it was tough to watch.
Yeah, it was.
Like, now you guys wanna actually believe everything that's going on now that the government is in the DOD is there and Lois Lane was right. They were wrong. Look at what you've done to me. Look at what I've done to the town. Oh, it's all my not. Yeah, that's tough.
I felt like, even like Lois said that before Morgan Edge came here, nobody vetted him. Nobody looked and see more about what's going on with him. Nobody seen all that. Because everybody, all they heard was money, job. And she knew that that's what people was going for. But she said the biggest thing that was Smallville, what people in Smallville should have did, they should have vetted him. They should have checked him out. They should have learned more about him. What he doing, how his business, what's that? And nobody did. Nobody had an idea of what Morgan Edge was doing.
See what that says right there? He says, get out of the get out of Smallville. Man.
Yeah, I didn't like that part, but I mean, I kind of knew similar this was going to eventually happen, because once everybody got their memory back, once everybody, found out what it was, the number one person they're going to blame is Kyle. Kyle is the number one.
Makes
because
sense.
Kyle's the one who brought Morgan Edge here. He's the one that came. Now, I get what Kyle was doing. He was trying to make things better. His friends had no jobs.
Love it.
His friends had no food on their table.
Love it.
He was trying to get more business there. He was trying to get bigger business. He was trying to get more people, more opportunity, and he just got the wrong person. Now, granted, I felt like when Lois talked to him and was telling him, even though he was an outsider, and Clark was more like, he was on Lois' side. He was helping Lois look into it too. She kept telling Clark, I need for you to say something more. I am an outsider. You grew up here. They will understand and respect you before they respect me.
Mm-hmm.
Clark kind of really didn't want to get into it. He really didn't want to. He said he would, but he didn't really want to get into it. He was more focused on, he has to focus on the world. He had to focus on what's going on in the world.
What was he called again? The stranger. He was more focused on that.
Yeah.
But also, even though Lois has some information, it still wasn't information that necessarily could be brought to the public and be convincing enough.
Yeah.
So that's why he also didn't step in as either Clark Kent or Superman.
Yeah, he wanted to, but it was so difficult for him to do that. And Lois, I feel like I get that Lois is a city girl. She grew up in a city, military chick and all that, right? But her credit, like, this is one thing where I say, like, credit is due. Everybody know Lois Lane is a metropolis. Lois Lane get the good, get scoops, everything like that. So she's not like a small tier person. She is A class. She is a high class reporter. So when you kind of hear a little bit from a reporter that's been even in the big city, in a small city or not, when she's explaining to you and telling the city, hey, something's not right with this guy. I need for you guys to understand, don't watch out for him. And they're not taking it, even though I know the fact that they should be more looking into it. Besides looking into the fact, I understand that you got to feed your family, but you don't want to cause anything. You know what I mean? People are missing. People was coming up missing when they were working for Morgan Edge. And this is something that they should have been more looking into. But everybody had their eyes, blinded. They were so blinded by the fact of, let's get these jobs, let's get this money, I could get food on the table. Instead of their lives were being taken.
She ain't got no Smallville credit. It's just that simple. I know you talk about her credit and everything as far as reporter, Metropolis. She's done these big scoops before. She's got, a direct line essentially to Superman. That don't necessarily give everybody credit. I mean, the McDonald's on the corner don't get credit for just being on the corner and selling us fast food. They'd have to really, really actually do something within the community for people to actually trust them out here.
Right.
That ain't the case. We just know it's McDonald's on the corner. I ain't giving them any more credit than that. She ain't nothing more than McDonald's on the corner, dog.
I get it, but I mean, it still sucked though. My personal opinion, I felt like they should have heard her at least. And then people blaming the Kushners. You know what I'm saying? They like I said, even though Kyle bought Morgan Edge, they should still say, you didn't know. We know you didn't know. And everybody's still blaming them, writing hateful words. It was crazy because you get Kyle saying, hey, I'm about to go to work. I'm about to get things going. I gotta make things go. And everybody, and the same thing his daughter was telling him, maybe you should just stay home with us. And then we get that knock on that door.
She's got a cute little change of heart. It's nice.
Yeah, we get that knock on that door, and his coworker telling him, I heard some noises, and I don't think
maybe you should take a couple of days off. Still.
Yeah,
take a few more days.
Give people some time to be able to, deal with everything that's going on. Like, wait, what's going on? What do you mean? Like, I'm the. First of all, he's the chief, and his workers telling him, "Don't bring your ass to work."
Hey, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
And speaking of do what you gotta do, now we got John Henry Irons involved. Now we got General Lane involved. How'd you feel about the dynamic going on there?
Well, I mean, it was good to see John Henry Irons again. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was going to be in different circumstances of him, trying to maybe, convincing, helping her to, about getting him back. But, John Henry Irons, even though he met the Fact Superman, he met him, he saw that he was a good guy and all this, he still got that anger. He still wanted him gone. He said he basically wanted him to take him out like a dog. He said it.
You see, E? Look, just because this Superman right now is good on this Earth, on this planet, he ain't got credit with John Henry Irons.
Well, I felt like John Henry Irons. I thought John Henry. My personal opinion.
You want more credit? Look. He ain't give him no credit.
I mean, when Superman told him, gave him his motorhome, and he explained to him, let him out from the DOD, right? Is that what? Is it
yeah. Department of Defense. Yeah.
Let him go, and he was at Lois and him, and he said like, we're gonna need you, for the war and this and that and another. He was like, we work together, and I know I have a lot to prove, but we work together. And he said, okay. And then when the computer said, so are we going after him? He said, no, we're gonna leave it alone. That's when he changed his name to, instead of Captain Luthor, he changed it to John Henry. He told him to call me John to the computer. So I figured, okay, maybe now it's a different story. Maybe now he's going to be on their side. I thought that they're going to be team up against Morgan Edge and whatever else does he got going on.
They kind of did.
But he had other ideas. He wanted Superman to be wiped the hell out.
Well, he doesn't believe. He doesn't, again, to your words, feel Superman has enough credit for him to even think about the possibility, as Lois was talking about, the possibility that, you know what, he will not be turned. No, okay, sure, possible, but the probability of it, man, he's getting turned.
Yeah.
And what we gonna do? We gonna make sure we have this bad boy ready for
missile.
Him.
I'm guessing this is a Red Sun missile.
It's the Red Sun, Red Solar. Now,
to knock out his power.
Now, I'm gonna give you credit on this one, E, because I think in that second episode when they had that battle and he was remotely fighting him and the ship and everything, you brought up when I was complaining about when the ship blew up and him taking the long fall and me not being happy with that result. He flew all the way to the Earth. Well, some of that Red Sun energy was probably in that explosion. So I'm going to give you credit for that because they actually brought it up here in regards to the creation of this device.
It tripped me out that it made a portal. That Red Sun energy made a portal to this world.
Now, was it that it made a portal, or was it actually two different things? Like the Red Sun was going to explode and everything, and the portal was being created by whatever else the ship was. But I
felt like it made a portal. Like as soon as the energy did, it spiraled.
It was strong enough to
spiraled,
create that
and he came into the new Earth, this Earth.
Let us know in the chats what you think, or if you got a better thought process in that regard. But he was going to make sure that this missile was used,
to kill Superman.
Superman to get him out of the way. Which eventually led to, multiple conversations. You had John Diggle and
it was good to see Diggle again and General
Lane, especially since he was just coming up there with the technology. Hi, hey, Lois, what's it? Oh, you don't know what's going on? Oh man, having that hard conversation with him, and then later on for her to have the conversation with John Henry Irons once again, and actually, I like this moment, revealing that look, even though you've been with us for a few episodes. And you just can't tell because those glasses are so strong. He is Superman, and he is my husband. Those kids are his and ours. They know he's Superman. It's part of the reason why we're out here. It was a cool reveal, but it also was good where he was like, "Don't matter."
Yeah, he didn't give a damn. He didn't give a damn.
I'm still gonna do what I gotta do.
I get that he was like basically I get that he's your husband. It was shocking to hear because. You seen it. What I liked about this episode is I liked her pain, her pain. How she was doing it. She said, "You know how I kept telling you, like, why I know why our Superman is different. Why he's not the same. Why he's not your Superman from your world. Because he's someone that I don't just basically talk about him in the paper. I don't just do this. He's someone that I love. John Henry Irons know that she loves Superman. Who doesn't? but he's the father of my children. He's my husband. She didn't say Clark, but he got the idea who he was. He was like, wait a minute, what? Clark Kent is Superman? And he was surprised because in his world, he was with Lois. He had a kid with her. So this one, and he's been seeing Clark Kent for the longest. He even said it when they said, like, when the computer said, hey, should we do something about this? He said, he's nobody. She's with Clark Kent. Now, I thought that maybe he knew who he was, but he didn't. We both did. But he was like, nah, he's nothing. He's not a threat. He's fine. Yeah. Not knowing that he's Superman. I think we all said if he knew that, it would have been a problem. But, to see that pain, to see that anger, to see that emotion that she had, this part was dope. That score that they had. Shout out to Arrow, bro. Shout out to Arrow because I heard that. Dun, 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 dun. But
he told me that right before we went live, and it just made me twinge even more.
But the piano,
because I was over here saying this in my head. I just also finished watching Loki, and that score hits so hard, and the like intro score to the show is great. That dun 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 dun. But now he lets me know that they infused some Arrow score and then to this episode, and I just wasn't feeling it.
The score was cool though. I kind of like it or whatever. It was it's not. It was always everything can always be better. But it was really nice. You could like I said it because when she was talking it, you could feel it with the score. You could feel everything. You could see his the way he looked. You know what I mean? And it was a score too when Diggle was talking to Captain Lane, letting him know, like, General Lane, and it just let me know that Diggle must be an admiral because Diggle was telling him, like, hey, we need to talk to another Earth. What? This is a problem, bro. What's going on here? And General Lane was spooked. He was spooked. He didn't want them problems. He didn't want them problems with Diggle nor Lila.
Exactly. What did you think about after the situation? They've located him. The boys have helped locate him. I didn't get a good shot of that. It was tough. But there's some action. Zod is inside of Superman. I'm gonna go fight this guy and everything. Not the battle itself. This is the battle. I will say this. Finally, for me, and it was also alluded to in like the next episode at the end of the show. It's like that feeling of letting go and really kind of turning up his power a little bit more felt good for him. But actually seeing that power actually take place, he was doing more damage to that suit. That suit is OP, by the way. Still.
Yeah.
But he was doing more damage to that suit. But he was more on the offensive. He wasn't the one being on his back, cowering or anything like that. All of his shots were extremely effective, and his powers were put on display in this moment, taking him into space, bringing him back.
I hated that it had to be somebody else that had to do that, though. It had to be somebody else.
It had to be, but had to be Zod doing it, and not Superman.
Shows that Zod is more that dude than Superman, which I didn't like that fact when it came to that.
We got this moment right here. He's on the ground after you could say a sonic blast from his glove, and still trying to figure out: do I shoot him now? Do I shoot him now? Is he there? Is he not? You got Lois in his ear. You got General Lane in his ear. You got his own thoughts. You got what he's seeing, and as you would usually say, do it. Do it. He was here. Superman is telling him, do it.
I can't control it. I can't control it. You have to do it. You have to do it now. I don't want to do this. Because he was holding back. General Zod was doing that power when they was fighting everything, but Superman was holding half of his power back because General Zod kept trying to use more of Superman's power, but Superman kept fighting him back. We could see it when every time that they had a fight, those eyes kept flickering. Them red, you ain't lying, bro. They was putting a lot of money in that red.
But that's what you wanted, huh? I'll give you some red. Keep going.
They, with that General Zod, he kept holding back. So, when John Henry Irons came to the desert fortress and he hit him inside that,
because we're all under mind control right now.
Facts. In the sky, and we seen him fighting on the earth, out in space was tight, and he crashed down. Now I did feel like that. Now I look at it like this because that suit should have been destroyed. The Superman we talking about, guys.
Yeah, and it's Zod Man. It's Zod Man right now.
But I guess you could kind of counter and say that he's fighting back, so Zod can't use his full power. Zod can't use his full Kryptonian power,
Okay.
nor Zod could use his own Kryptonian power.
I buy that.
Because Superman is fighting him back.
I buy that.
So I guess you could say that, but in reality, that suit should have been destroyed. He could have. That suit should have been ripped the hell out. It should have been really damaged. And
they only built, the budget, man. The budget.
Yeah.
They only built one, maybe two of these.
Yeah, but it should have been wrecked. I mean, on that moment, because it's Superman we talking about,
but
guys.
it was a good moment, though.
Yeah, it was a good moment.
That emotion from here on his face, and then him actually fighting. Zod is now gone.
Him waking up, though.
This moment actually right here, very, very. I mean, all of the moments that were from this point on were very, very pointed, very strong. Him finally getting back home, the emotion here, just them holding onto each other, grasping each other, very, 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 very strong. And even, this was the awkward moment, the funny moment.
Still elevated a little bit for me though, because he, it shows that his growth has changed. Mm-hmm. He was going his whole attitude was to kill Superman, mm-hmm. and for him to hear Lois, hear Lois talking to him, telling him, talk to him, please, help him, please, and him telling him, Clark, you gotta fight. You gotta fight for your family. You gotta fight for this. Like that was dope. That it shows that a villain, basically, because he was a villain, grew into a hero. You know what I'm saying? Telling him, fight. You can't, even though that fact you'll be hurt. You're gonna be hurt as hell. You're gonna be hurt as hell. Not giving up.
Really?
He was basically a villain, bro. He was basically a villain the whole time. But to fight and to do it and to see those images, to him fighting, him giving a good fight. Superman was damn near dying because he was going through it, bro. He was going through it because Zod was taking over. Zod was like, you're mine. Mm-hmm. And he fought through it, and it was tight. It was tight to see. You know what I'm saying? We get Lois saying, hey, you know what I'm saying? Super, can you hear me? And he ain't talking to Lois. He say, General Lane, I'll be on my way, but we got business to take over Irons. And you know what? That scene was dope. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it. I liked it.
What about this right here? This moment towards the end where he's talking with General Lane. He's saying he's proud of Lois for sticking her ground and doing what she had to do.
General Lane wanted to get rid of him. He said, I'm sorry for everything and all this type of stuff. But in reality, he wanted to get rid of him.
That also that he would never not trust him again. Yeah, and the subtleties. This is what I like. The subtleties here in Superman Clark Kent's face, portrayed by Tyler Hoechlin. They are magnificent. He doesn't overdo it. He just gives like a simple nod, as if someone just told you something and you're just processing it.
Like, okay.
You're just processing it. Wow, he's actually saying this to me right now. It was a very, very touching moment, and I liked how they ended the episode there. Of course, we had this guy here in the end in a chamber of green light.
The Kryptonian light.
But that wasn't the big hitter. It was definitely this subtle moment.
Being
right
possessed too, bro.
Yeah.
He's possessed.
Yeah. Man, he's got every. That's the crazy thing.
What's going on with that
now,
picture?
We have to find out which Kryptonian is he going to. Is he going to be Morgan Edge still, or is he going to be every Kryptonian whenever he wants to? He's our multiple personality disordered villain. That's
because when they flew into space,
that's tough.
He shot them beams. Like he was like, I thought the thing was gonna, just blow up or whatever. But was he using that heat vision to pull those things inside him? What's going on here?
He got some help from the red solar rocket, essentially.
Right. What the hell? That was weird. That was weird to me. On that moment, you know what I mean? It was tight to see them, flying, and Superman was actually fighting him and fighting him in space. You know what I mean?
Oh crap!
But basically or whatever, and to see Steel, which I get. I mean, it's from the future. I mean, from another world. So because I was like, why his suit still? But he was in space before, so shooting that missile. But it's like Morgan Edge was. It was funny as hell. But, now to see this guy has all these other abilities. Who got him? What's going on?
I don't know, but seeing as how everything is green right now, I think that's going to be where we end it, on a very green note.
On a green note?
We're going to leave it on a green note. So you guys going ahead, hit us up in the comments below. Tell us how you feel. Let us know what you liked, what you disliked, if you agree, disagree, all that fun stuff. And let's just see how these last few episodes of Superman and Lois actually end for us. Hope you guys are enjoying it as much as we are, even though sometimes it sounds like we are going and cringing. But we definitely do enjoy the show.
Yeah.
So we'll see you next time.
Like, comment, and subscribe, you guys. Throw up that video. Free 99 all day. Don't forget to share, show love to the JC family. Let us know what you think about it. You like it, you don't like it, let us know what's good. Also, too, check me and BG4 out on Fridays, 5 p.m. Check us out on that, man. Also, too, we are here for the Superman and Lois. If you other people that's out there that like the CW,